Hey, what is up, YouTube family? That HR guy, George, coming at you. Daily video titled 43.002. 43.002. Coming up with my own date scheme now, so that 2 days ago was the 14th of August, 2019, and so that was 43.000 because of my 43rd birthday. 43, bro, so old. So today, 43.002, title, National Tell-A-Joke Day. So I'm going to quickly run through some of the stuff that we do every time, which is to answer 5 questions. Number 1 question, how'd you sleep last night? I sleep like the dead. I might just default that answer to I slept great unless we hear something different. So it's almost always I slept really good. How many years has it been? A lot of years, 10 years, maybe 8 years that we invested in this this mattress that we've got, this bed mattress. It's not full-blown Tempur-Pedic. It's one of the off-brands, but it was kind of expensive at the time. It's so comfortable, and you pretty much just sink into it and sleep like a rock. So the beard hair is looking very pointy, and you can see it really good here. You can see like there's a couple of gray hairs. Some gray hairs over here. Gray hairs here. 43 years old, guys. Check it out. Got some gray hairs. All right, so how'd you sleep? Fantastic. How do I feel today? Pretty good. A little pain in the feet, a little pain in the, I did some walking yesterday, walked 4-something miles. I'm missing my Apple Watch this morning, but hopefully we'll see about getting that replaced. I'm actually in the process of arbitraging that watch, so we'll see how that process goes. I need to reach out and make sure that that's happening. So I'm feeling pretty good, little pain, not much. What am I grateful for today? A lot. I don't even know that I can speak it out. I guess I haven't really been feeling much of an attitude of gratitude here lately, though. So I just recently, back in June, started a job. So it's been 2 months and 6 days since I started a new gig. Really grateful for a tremendous opportunity that's been additionally supportive to the family, but also to just great stuff happening with the work and the potential opportunity of the work and some of those things. So feeling pretty good about all of that. Certainly grateful for my wife, for my daughter, for kids going back to school, for what the next foster care opportunity looks like, sounds like. That'll be good times too. Most important task today, I've got a couple meetings with a couple people just to set some expectations for relationships that they're moving into, and I want to make sure that it feels like there's a bit of a conflict, not currently, but between 2 personalities in some reporting structure that's changing, and so we'll have some conversations about that, about making sure that we're aware of the people that we're leading and how best to interact with them. So quick leadership tip, right? You treat everyone the same by treating them differently. To that end, is there are certain ways that you interact with folks that you're going to meet people where they are, to understand where they are, make sure that there's a clear expectation moving forward, and then to support that moving forward to make sure that they are performing the way that they need to perform. But there's different ways that we interact with people, right? So, some folks who might be loud and jovial, and other folks will be a little quieter. Kind of, I feel like I'm being a little quieter even right now doing this year, but right now the only way to go live is with the webcam, and so we're doing a little bit of changing up to that process. Those are just words that don't mean much. Wonder what it would look like to go ahead and just get rid of the beard. I feel like I need to haircut here. Got a haircut, get rid of the beard. We'll do the thing. It'll be great. Moving on. Most important task today is to meet with a couple folks, make sure that those folks have a clear expectation of what they need from me moving forward. What's happened today? Not a whole ton. It's rainy this morning, so the drive-in was a little slower than normal. Stopped to pick up a drink at the Sonic because it's delicious. That's a little bit of what's happened so far today. We're still in the midst of what is summer hours, and so not as full around here. Not as full around here as it is in some places. Not as full around here as it is some days. So typically Friday is a bit of a catch-up day. Make sure that there's any follow-up that needs to be done. What that means for next steps as far as finding information that we need to find, getting ready for the next week. So just checking on the peeps, see how they're doing, what it is that I can do for them, what different things we need to do to make sure that we're set up for success moving into next week. So planning is key in that situation. How'd you sleep? How do I feel? What am I grateful for? What's the most important task today? What happened today? Yes. Talk about like what happened yesterday altogether. 43.001 is in the books, and I felt pretty good coming away from that. Even now, 43.002 feels pretty good too. Not much for any kind of stress or I feel like this is kind of boring, and I don't know if you're going to listen to it much. Like, would you really even want to listen to the ramblings of someone putting this information out here? And I need to. So here's action items for me, right? So I got to make sure that we're putting in some additional structure into what it is that we're doing here to make this a little bit more exciting. Because 43.002 and National Joke Day, it might just be recordings for posterity. Anything's possible. So let's talk about National Joke Day. So I'll kick us off. A horse walks into a bar. It's more of a saloon, really. And the bartender asks him, says, well, why the long face? It's funny. You're a little bit crazy when you laugh at your own jokes. Then a three-legged dog walks into the same saloon. And he says, I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. See, that one makes you think a little bit more. Three-legged dog walks into a saloon. I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. Because he's only got 3 paws. Somebody shot his paw, but it could also be his dad. Could be looking for the guy that shot his dad. So how to observe. Tell a joke day. How many jokes did the chicken tell? Just one. Then it crossed the road. Splat. Tell a joke while you're at it. Listen to a few. Be sure to laugh, celebrate, have fun, and enjoy. Use hashtag Tell a Joke Day to post on social media. So that's how we celebrate National Tell a Joke Day. Let's see. That's about the end of that. It's August 16th. Let's see. It's also today's National Roller Coaster Day. Each year, let's see what this does over here. National Roller Coaster Day. Each year, National Roller Coaster Day on August 16th, people flock to amusement parks for a thrill and a few exciting screams to take a ride on a roller coaster near you. Let me know if you're doing that, taking a ride on a roller coaster. The day commemorates the first vertical loop roller coaster, which was patented by Edwin Prescott on this day in 1898. A vertical loop roller coaster patented on this day in 1898. Wow, think about how scary that ish would be. A roller coaster consists of one or multiple cars on a track. While they're similar to railroad systems in design, the inclines and vertical loops incorporated in the structures aren't for transportation. These elements boost the thrills roller coaster enthusiasts seek. Are you a roller coaster enthusiast? The oldest roller coasters are believed to have originated from the so-called Russian mountains, built in the 17th century. These specially constructed hills of ice located near St. Petersburg, Russia, rose between 70 and 80 feet in height. Passengers faced 50-degree drops. Wooden supports supplied reinforcements. Roller coaster designs existed since at least 1872, when J.G. Taylor received one of the earliest patents. He called his creation an inclined railway. Another patent granted for an inclined plane railway was granted to Richard Knudsen in 1878. For years, history has believed the first roller coaster in America opened at Coney Island on June 16th, 1884. However, tracing J.G. Taylor's patent and newspaper articles tells us a different story. According to the Providence Evening Press, dated June 1872, Taylor's elevated railway at Rocky Point, Rhode Island extended 400 feet and gave 9 passengers a ride. It all started with a shove and allowing gravity to do the rest. While Prescott's patent detailed ways to improve upon structures such as J.G. Taylor's and that built at Coney Island, it was Prescott's design that led to roller coasters we know today. His design gave riders a reason to scream and keep coming back for the rush of the excitement. How do we celebrate? We celebrate by visiting an amusement park near you. Don't have plans for that. It's raining outside and it would be like a couple hour drive, I think. There's a kiddie park here in Bartlesville. I could check that out. That might be good. While enjoying a roller coaster or two, also check out some roller coaster history. Check out the science behind the structures and the gravity-defying curves. Seek out some of the most thrilling roller coasters in the country and the world. If you cannot get to a roller coaster, make plans for your next roller coaster adventure. Use hashtag rollercoasterday to post on social media. Since 1986, National Roller Coaster Day has been celebrated. American Coaster Enthusiasts promotes the day across the country and through amusement parks with events. That's awesome. So we got National Tell a Joke Day, National Roller Coaster Day, I'm going to get to National Rum Day, but it is Friday, so we'll talk about that. National Airborne Day. This is militaristic. That's kind of cool. President George W. Bush proclaimed National Airborne Day on August 14, 2002. On August 3, 2009, the Senate of the 111th Congress recognized National Airborne Day with Senate Resolution 235. So a little bit of history. How do we observe National Airborne Day? United States military in all of its branches provides the most professional military men and women of the world. Thank a paratrooper and use National Airborne Day to post on social media. Do you know any paratroopers to thank? We should find some paratroopers and thank them. Let's see. National Airborne Day on August 16th honors the military's airborne divisions of the armed forces. August 16th, 1940 marks the date of the first official Army parachute jump at Fort Benning, Georgia. The successful jump validated the innovative concept of inserting U.S. ground combat forces behind a battle line by parachute. These sky soldiers represent some of the most prestigious and expertly trained forces in the United States Army. This is the Army that did this first. In the U.S. Army, currently 2 airborne divisions operate. The 82nd Airborne Division out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, began as an infantry division during World War I. The 82nd Division activation on August 25th, 1917 at Camp Gordon. In 1918, they earned the nickname All-American for the composition of their division, since the soldiers came not from all across the country, but several were immigrants too. The 82nd Division represented all of America, as few other divisions did at the time. The 2nd and still active Airborne Division had a short-lived beginning during World War I. The 101st Airborne Division organized for a short while during World War I on November 2nd, 1918. However, the war ended shortly after. During World War II, the Screaming Eagles were activated on August 16, 1942 at Camp Claiborne, Louisiana. They currently make their home at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. So you've got the 101st Airborne Division at Screaming Eagles, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Both units have served around the world in combat, peacekeeping, and humanitarian missions. That's pretty cool. Thank a paratrooper, y'all. Gotta check him out. Thank a paratrooper. This might be one of my favorites. Oh my goodness. This is bad advice from that HR guy George. How do we observe? So today is National Rum Day. There's so many ways to enjoy rum on a hot summer day. A great way to celebrate is with this recipe for strawberry pineapple cooler. You can search that out. Use hashtag National Rum Day to post on social media. Remember always to drink responsibly and never to drink and drive. That's a very good idea. Join National Rum Day on August 16th as blended beverages and cocktails create a delicious celebration. Rum is a distilled, clear, alcoholic beverage, which is a byproduct of sugar production. It can also be made directly from sugarcane juice. That must be sweet. After the fermentation and distillation process, most rum ages in wooden oak barrels. In 1964, the British Crown placed a tax on sugar, molasses, and rum on the American colonies. This tax was called the Sugar Act of 1764. It was instrumental in the unrest that finally became the American Revolution. See that? You take away the alcohol of the Americas, and there will be revolt. There will be resolution. So, I mean, that likens to the whole alcohol thing, right? So, like, you take away alcohol, and people revolt. Currently, in this nation, we're taking away marijuana, except in certain states, right? But there hasn't been the same kind of revolt, like prohibition and some of that. I don't know about the history, but you don't see the revolt that you saw from alcohol prohibition from those that are marijuana prohibitionists. Is that a word? So, marijuana does not make you want to revolt, if history is true. Rum is the third most popular spirit in the United States. Only vodka and all the whiskeys combined beat it for first and second rankings. The spirit finds its way into citrusy mixed drinks and cool blended summer cocktails. So much so that rum stirs up images of sandy beaches and brightly colored umbrellas in fruity drinks. That indeed. However, rum also conjures up sailors and pirates. Arr! The reason for that is how rum came to be. In the West Indies during the 1600s, large plantations grew sugarcane. When they extracted the sugar, they needed a byproduct called molasses. For years, the molasses was a waste product until it was discovered it could be distilled into rum. Then, rum became not only a commodity for trade, but also a ration on the ships delivering the product. Even in the modern Royal Navy, British soldiers received an allotment of rum until 1970. Wow, that's pretty awesome. So, happy National Rum Day, y'all. I'm just going to say, let's go have a mojito. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing or not for rum, but we did reference before strawberry pineapple cooler. So, let's learn more about strawberry pineapple coolers. So, in a strawberry pineapple cooler, we have 3/4 cup pineapple rum, 1 cup of water, and 4 cups of ice, along with strawberry daiquiri mix. Remove the small rimmer pouch from the bag, pour onto a plate, lightly wet edges of glasses, dip into the rimmer, combine mix, rum, and water in a blender, blend until dissolved about 30 seconds, add ice, blend until smooth, pour into glasses, and serve. One comment, OMG, this was a fantastic drink. Perfect poolside drink, strawberry pineapple cooler. TastefullySimple.com, strawberry pineapple cooler. So I've droned on and on long enough. If you happen to ever view this video and you've watched it all the way to 18 minutes, we're probably related. But if we're not related, and even if we are related, I would love to hear what's on your mind. What comments do you have? What topics are we going to talk about? Eventually, this that I have, this need, I feel the need to start some sort of documenting, and it will continue, I'm sure, with other things. But so topics, right? That HR guy George at gmail.com. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even at that HR guy George. I'd love to hear from you. What happens to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram accounts when the people die? How many Instagram accounts are out there of dead people? Ugh, that's scary, right? Scary thought right there at the end. I don't want to leave us on that note. So Friday, enjoy National Rum Day. National Roller Coaster Day, National Tell a Joke Day, and National Airborne Day. So I would bet if you were to combine those, let's go have some rum and tell lots of jokes while riding roller coasters. If we're really going to celebrate this thing, if we're really going to just take it to the next level, I think that's really where we need to shoot for, is going to be drinking rum on a roller coaster. And that's going to be funny. I'm sure there's going to be lots of joke telling. So that part's probably just an organic process of putting the other two together. So rum and roller coasters, and the jokes will follow. This is that HR Guy George. It's 20 minutes in. I'm signing off. I will talk to you again soon. Episode 43.002 is in the books. I've got it all mapped out here. You can see like my 43.00 days. And so it's really August 16th, 2019. But the true date, the episode titles that we're moving forward with, and I'm a little sad that I missed the last 42 years of my life, is going to be 43.002. See how long that lasts. I don't know, it might be just a silly thing. And then, so we will actually put together, and I say me, myself, and I, we will put together some actual content, and bring in some other folks that we can interact with. And more of that to come, I'm sure. We'll see how that goes. So, big giant thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so that when I do go live or post these other videos that you'll get a chance to see and know about them before discovering them years after the fact. But I think it's not even necessarily about all of that. And so we'll also be talking about some other topics as we go. Things like ensuring accountability, because accountability is important. So anything from expectation settings, complex decisions, creating new and different perspectives, taking initiative, managing execution, developing talent, valuing differences, persuasion, courage, instilling trust, optimizing work processes. So lots of work stuff to be had and shared. So we'll get to that too. And what I'll do with those, instead of these rambling type videos, is to actually put that content out as we go. Like it'll be a live stream, because that's the way that I'm rolling right now, and not having anything edited or created and then uploaded. And then from there, we'll end up actually submitting content in just 2 and 3 minute, 2 to 6 minute top videos, delivering content and sharing calls to action. So I'm going to jump off this thing, and I will talk to you again soon, I'm sure. Make sure that you go and enjoy National Rum Day, National Roller Coaster Day, and National Tell a Joke Day. Use the hashtags and get the word out. And if it's not, clearly we're probably not watching this live, or not watching this even recent to National Roller Coaster, National Tell a Joke, or National Rum Day. Have a shot of rum in remembrance of National Rum Day. Or maybe next year when this pops up in your news feed, and you'll know ahead of time that it's National Rum Day. That's what I need to do. I need to go ahead and do this differently, so that we'll do this differently so that we can actually have the national days ahead. So I'll probably shoot another video, like a part 2 or something, and we'll talk about the next things. What national days are tomorrow, so that you can actually hashtag it and participate, so that you're not watching into the past 25 minutes in. You guys, I'm that HR Guy George signing off, and you guys do good in the world. And if you're family and watching this many years later, know that I'm not crazy. I love you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.